So let's move on to something recent. Around 1 month ago, the top clubs of Europe attempted to make a breakaway league from the traditional football pyramid that exists in the European Super League. So I was wondering, what are your thoughts about the European Super League, and is it something that you would have supported if you were at Real Madrid?
It's clear that it's been a terrible mistake in many senses. In the way they introduced that to the people at midnight with a simple notice in news in the website of the club saying that they were creating a new competition, and also the moment. I think in this time, with many clubs are suffering economically speaking because of the pandemic, you need solidarity and unity, not just doing the opposite as they try to do. And also, it's clear that it wasn't mature at all, because in 48 hours it was finished. So that means that they didn't know really what they are going to do, and you cannot introduce a project that in theory is going to change the world of football, and doing that at midnight, and then going to, like Perez did, to a program midnight in Spain called El Chiringuito, is the beach bar. You you may understand the content of that program, and on top of that, not saying anything. Even now, today, we don't know what that project was about. If it is, in fact, in something that is going to change the football world, you need to do that in a public event with that project, with a program of the competition, with the money they were going to give to the other clubs, because they said they were going to help many clubs, but they didn't say, they haven't said yet in which way and what was the kind of the competition. I think it was a big mistake. Not naturally, fans have taken down that project, because mainly in England, fans have very clear the idea of meritocracy, that you, in sport as in life, you have to get what you deserve, not take for granted anything. And that's what they try to do, trying to create an elite club with 12 clubs that getting all the money from football clubs, but saying to the rest of the club, you keep with the academies, keep spending money, because you are going to give us still many players, but be careful, you are not going to be with us. If you are among the 4 top in La Liga, you are not going to play the Champions League, because you don't deserve that. So really, just the opposite of what football means in life. And I think it's been we have been very lucky that that doesn't happen. And I think UEFA did things in the right way. I hope they are not going to punish us. I wouldn't like that, of course, but it's true that UEFA did what they have to do. Just being against that. FIFA at the beginning was a bit mild, weak, not saying exactly that they were opposing the project, but finally they did. I think Fantino, I know him well, thought it wasn't a good idea. Then now we are still where we were, and I think for football is the best thing to happen.
You mentioned the fans in England and how they played such a huge part in ensuring that their clubs don't take part in this league. What do you think sets them aside, and how come the fans in Spain and Italy haven't reacted in the same manner?
We didn't. I think it was a pity that we hadn't the same opposition here. Maybe because the media hasn't been analyzing properly the project. They were criticizing, in any sense, this project, which has many opportunities to be criticized, and that fans didn't realize really what was going on with this project. They thought that having, mainly in Madrid, they thought that there was the way to have Mbappe and Holland and all those big players here, but they didn't analyze properly the project. And mainly with Real Madrid, I think our president was very not taking into account that this club belongs to the members. We are 93,000 members. We are not a company. We are a non-profit association. And all the presidents say, we always say that this is a club that belongs to the members. And in this case, we members didn't know anything about the project. And we haven't been asked about if we liked it or not. I think it was really very bad, the idea of doing that in the way they did. And it's a pity, as you say, that in England, English fans showed that they really know what is the meritocracy and what that means. And take into account also that the fans who were demonstrating against this project were precisely the fans of the clubs who were benefited by this project. They were Man United, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. All those clubs were going to be in this competition. So it's more relevant.
Absolutely. So I think there are 3 clubs still left who haven't backed out of the league. What do you think was going to happen to them? Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus.
I've read that UEFA has opened a file, has started a file about what that meant for if they broke the rules, in which way, and which can be the sanctions. I hope, as I said, that we are not going to be sanctioned. I think it was a mistake of the president, but the club has not to pay for that. It's not the club to be blamed for what the president has done in a wrong way. And that's, as I said, I hope we are going to be able to play the Champions League. As always, we are not going to have a transfer embargo. That it can be another possibility of being obliged to pay a fine. I hope not. And then finally, we can be in those competitions as always, in the domestic competitions too. I don't know what Barcelona and Juventus think, but in my case, as a member of Real Madrid, I'm very close to this club. I think we need to leave the competition. But the president is insisting in that, very stubborn about that. we have to be there. And he says, I don't know if he's like the naked emperor, that he still says that this project is alive, even though the JP meaning that they apologize about being supporting this project. But as I said, the president is living another world, saying that this is still alive, that nothing happened, and they are going to go on with the project.